CORSIA is a good first step. You know, the idea that CORSIA is the solution would be misleading. I think CORSIA is part of the solution. And we've always recognized that. What we think is important is that it demonstrates that you can get together globally and agree on a system that should be applied. The important debate in ICAO at the Assembly was the baseline for CORSIA. The original intention was that the baseline would be the average emissions of the industry in 2019 and 2020. And they decided to average it over 2 years to sort of iron out any minor disruption. They didn't clearly anticipate what we saw with the closure of borders and the impact that that had. So there was a debate around whether it was appropriate to continue with the average of 2019, 2020. Earlier this year, a number of countries agreed that it should be the 2019 emissions as the baseline. At the Assembly, what was agreed was that that wouldn't demonstrate sufficient ambition about the CORSIA scheme. So the Assembly agreed to set the baseline at 85% of the 2019 emissions. So in other words, the offsetting, and in 2019, international emissions for the industry were about 606 million tons of CO2, about 2/3 of the overall emissions from the industry at around 915 million tons of CO2. So the baseline then is if you like, the point at which we start offsetting. So it will be at 85% of the 2019 emissions.